Hello YouTube. We are back, and I may or may not have busted my ass for the last hour. Literally using up almost all of my stuff. I used up all the iron sands that I had, and then over like 200 ore to get to level 70 in goldsmith. So, my crafter, or whatever it's called, we can do. And we're gonna, not that I've encountered many dragons, but Elto is rather different from what I expected. For one, she isn't the least bit intimidating. Instead of a dragon, it feels as though I'm in the presence of an ordinary girl, about a smug one. Oh, crafter, my crafter. I have, like, so many hours, and the weekly's reset, so we're just in time, so hopefully we'll be able to make the items really easily and go on it. I've been waiting for you. Who better to tell of my studies than the very woman who set me on the course to enlightenment? My knowledge of mankind's histories has grown by leaps and bounds, in no small part thanks to Hayat De Leon? I don't know. It's expert instructions. Elto is too kind. She has told me so much of dragonkind in turn that I could hardly call myself the teacher in this arrangement. In fact, the time may soon come to put ink to parchment and begin my chronicles. And we all await that day with bated breath. De Leon has not been my only teacher. The city itself has lessons around for those who would observe them. Seeing its splendor with my own eyes has made clear one inalienable difference between man and dragon. And that is, I speak, of course, for your kind's love of tinkering, building, and crafting. And what a wonderful thing it is to behold. For dragons are wont to tear down obstacles with fang and claw. You tear them down with hammer and chisel, or else find an ingenious way around them entirely. By using tools tailored to specific tasks, you overcome your natural deficiencies. One tool would be used to wrest precious materials from the earth, and another to transform them into something greater than the sum of its parts. I find the whole process rather fascinating. When I gaze upon the towering spires of the city, I imagine I imagine a roost built with my own claws, larger even than the one my sire calls home. I am eager to see my dream realized as quickly as possible, but De Leon advises against rushing into such an endeavor unprepared. I'm sure this is more like a French name, but I'm kind of saying it like if it's like a, I don't know, Japanese, Chinese. So it's probably completely butchered. I'm sure it is. But that's just how I will say the name, because it's the closest I can think of how it would be said. He claims that to do so would lead to abject failure and possibly personal injury. You, however, are an experienced artisan, and I would be honored if you were to take me under your wing and teach me the art of making. I swear to be a dutiful study, and even should this day pass into the next, I won't rest until I've mastered even the most esoteric of skills. Well then, I believe we have an agreement. I can start right this moment if it pleases you. Now, Eltio, Atto? Elto? You know as well as anyone how busy our friend is, and I also fear you may have misjudged just how long it takes to truly become a master craftsman. Why do you look grumpy? She just wants to learn. You mean it will take more than a day? I knew that, of course. I had only hoped against hope that she had no appointments to save the world for the foreseeable future. Alas, my enthusiasm may have gotten the better of me. Don't fret, Elto. She may still be able to help in some capacity. Perhaps if you could introduce us to a crafter with both the time and inclination to teach? I expect that one of the many artisans around the firmament would be willing to lend us their expertise, although you are in far better position to judge their suitability than either of us. We shall look forward to meeting our mentor-to-be. Quest accepted. See if we can do this and build all before... It's 10 right now. We have 5 hours, so... let's not waste time. Cheerful crafter. Say again? That scrawny little dragling wants to craft? Ha! Whatever next. As much as the notion of having a dragon for a protege piques my interest. However, my specialty is working metal. Great big slabs of it. Were she older, maybe there'd be a place for her, but as it stands, she'd be more of a hindrance than help. Rude. I mean, I'm true probably, but rude. Oblivious Gatherer. Oh, a crafter. My apologies, but I'm more inclined to gathering what bounty the earth has to offer. I leave it to the others to mold said bounty into what they will. I'd love to introduce you to someone who might be of help, but I'm afraid my work here is endless. Oh, they're up there. I thought they were on the other side. Whoopsie. Good thing I sprinted because I just wasted all that running. Skysteel Engineer. Hi, I know the Dragnet you speak of. I've seen her flitting about House Hale from time to time. Quite the inquisitive one, if I recall. So she wants to learn the fine art of crafting, does she? I've heard strange things in my time, but few as bizarre as that. I'm sure I'd kick myself later if I passed up the opportunity, so I reckon I could... Sure I'd kick myself later if I passed up the opportunity, as I reckon I could find time between projects to teach her a thing or two. Tell her I'll speak with her after I've finished up here, will you? Ah, the hero has returned. So, have you found my teacher, whose sharp eye and steady hand will guide me on the path to mastery? Ah, such great expectations I must meet. While I assure you my hand is steady, the sharpness of my eye is very much a matter of conjecture. Nevertheless, it's the crafting you wish to learn. I'm your man. Though I can't say I've ever had the honor of teaching a dragon before. Any road, I'm Arvid, at your service. I'm here in the Firmament on assignment from the Skysteel Manufactory, and I dare say I have a few nuggets of wisdom knocking around in my head that are worth passing around. It's the young who must shoulder the burden of building the future after all. Now, crafters come in all sorts, from cooks to weavers to smiths. Have you given any thought to where you want to focus your energies? Focus? Well, can't I learn everything? Tell us, Lily. Where should an aspiring artisan begin? Be it baking a cake or raising a castle, one must look first to their tools. Even the simplest project must start with quality materials. Why bother learning when you can just copy others? Be it baking a cake or raising a castle, one must first look to their tools. Ah, spoken like a true professional. 'Tis true that an essential part of any project is selecting the right tools for the job. However, there's a step that comes even before that. For now, let's start with the tools required to gather our own materials. Once you have the right equipment and supplies, there's nothing you can't make with enough elbow grease. Oh, how splendid it is to have a guiding hand. There's no telling how long it would have taken Hade Liang and I to decide where to begin. Had we been left to our own devices, very well, gathering is where we shall pour our utmost efforts. Mayhap when I'm a seasoned artisan in my own right, I'll take it upon myself to teach my kin as I was taught. Now, wouldn't that be a sight to see? I dare say there has never been a dragon who has learned a trade, let alone one who has passed such skills on to the next generation. Indeed, you may be correct on that count. The other dragons will be flabbergasted by the wonders I create. Of course, I don't plan on taking all the credit. It seems to me that mankind's most culturally significant works are those that result from collaboration, of people working together to make something greater than they could have alone. To that end, I must study and learn from the works of others. And even though you are too busy with your heroics to teach me daily, I would much appreciate it if you come by from time to time and offer what knowledge you can. I got you. Magnificent. I knew your generosity would match the greatness of your deeds. Well then, let's get your education started off on the right foot, eh? You can spy tradesmen of all sorts plying their trade at the new nest. I reckon you could certainly do worse than to learn a couple of tricks from them. Ah, the place is practically a second home to young Hade Liang and I. Allow me to lead the way. Hey! Oh! Oh, I didn't actually make noise. Who's that? Is she here to help us? I remember going to the new nest with Master Marcel when I first arrived in town. Cold, cloudy, depressing, I could imagine no better a place to expand operations into. Oh, Rowena, your business acumen truly knows no equal. This here is Anna, and we have her and the house's splendors to thank for supplying the Firmament with quality materials at incredibly low prices. Suspiciously so, in fact. Look at those daggers. Are you implying there is some ulterior motive behind our generosity? Why, certainly not. I'm here at the behest of my organization to aid Ishgard in its fledgling days as an allied nation. We are driven as much by philanthropy as we are by profit, I can assure you. Excuse me, miss, but are you a craftswoman by any chance? I'm afraid, my adorable little dragonette, that my hands are entirely too clumsy to make aught aside from my morning tea. The 12 have seen fit to bless me with a sharp mind for trade, however, And so here I am. That's precisely why we've come. L2 has it in her head to learn a trade or two, and we are here to set her on the right path. To that end, I would ask you to provide us with materials and perhaps any counsel you might afford a young novice. It would be my pleasure. Perhaps in return she could tell me about the rarities and relics dragons keep in their lairs. I sense a once-in-a-lifetime investment opportunity has come before me. And if business in the firmament grows as much as my intuition says, it will. This might just be what I require to turn a stream of gil into a veritable flood of riches. Consider me at your complete disposal. Say the word and I shall procure whatever you may need. How generous of you. You have our thanks, Miss Anna. Anything to foster the next generation of builders and tinkerers, my boy. As for the current generation, well, I suppose the house could bear to part with a few scrips in return for guiding our dragonette friend on her journey to mastery. We can't say no to an offer like that, can we? Well then, now that we're all acquainted, let's head back to St. Rael's Dias? Dias? Alas, the reversal of fortunes. These days spent in the numbing cold, hawking trinkets for a pittance, won't have been for naught. Just a little longer. She's the store we get scripts and shit from at some point. I'm pretty sure. Probably after we complete this, she'll be a shop. With you and Arvid at her side, I'm sure L2's dream will become a reality. And Anna is quite the shrewd businesswoman, but she's true to her word, I know that much. With Master Arvid and Master Lily guiding us, I'm sure we'll be raising fortresses and forging dazzling suits of armor in no time at all. Let's keep our ambitions manageable for the time being, shall we? Our first task is the construction of tools that'll fit snugly in those claws of yours. Lily, I trust you can help with that. In the meantime, I've work of my own to attend to. If there's aught you need, you know where I am. Before I depart, however, I'll leave you with an assignment. Inspect everything Lily does with diligence. A discerning eye is a tool that will outlast all others. Yes, Master Arvid. We'll give Lily's work the thrice over. Custom deliveries unlocked. Same as Zoe. So crafting, we would need okay. Deliveries is where I wanted to look. Yeah, so there's no like in between there, right? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so custom tool components, and then we just have the materials. And she should be a shop, yeah. She's a shop now. Need to get the stuff from her. Hey, Arvid. Don't worry, the little ones will be safe under our watchflies. Yes, ours. Anna's agreed to help ensure none of them stick their claws where they aren't supposed to. Well, shit. Was it? What was it? Was it the gathering or crafting? I didn't pay attention. Gathering tool components. We'll see how hard it is to make. Oh, it's gonna not be the easiest, that's for sure. Yep. Jesus. Yeah, this is gonna take quite a bit. That way, so we have a little bit more. That even that's not gonna. Yeah, that's taking a lot. We're not quite equipped to do these very well. We might need to do more, but I want to go back and give them each one when we get it. Yeah. 'Cause even that, we're gonna get 94, so it's not bad. Oh. So this is what we need to make tools for gathering. Truth be told, I struggled to envision how all these parts fit together, but I suppose grasping that is the first of many steps. Oh, I may very well be the first dragon to make her own tools. Let us inspect what you've brought together, shall we? I dare say we can make use of this. I just hope Master Arvid approves. You have begun to earn the trust. Now let's make a couple more. Hopefully we can make a couple more, that is. Hope we get some good pulls on condition, or we're not gonna make it. Again, not the best, but we're under geared because we're still wearing the level 50 armor. We only have the level 60 like weapon or tools and stuff. And we've got like no quality. Didn't make enough. Hey, you... No, that's... That's not for, crafting, for gathering. This one's gonna bust. Yeah, because... Yeah, we weren't gonna make it, so... Yeah, just let it bust. Yeah, we can't turn that one in, but we can turn the other one in. We need one more. Let's get rid of this, because that's useless to us. What is the max? We only have to 60 here. So let's detour. We need to do this too. We'll go back to the Firmament, but I believe we should have reached long and prosper. This is why I wanted to work to get here. Because this unlocks the scripts. Well met, adventurer. My name's Galliena, and I work at the House of Splendors for my aunt, Rowena. Following her successful expansion into Ildeshire and the three city-states, she decided to bring her operations here to Ralger's Reach. Our presence here serves to aid the recovery efforts, creating jobs for refugees and stimulating the economy. With your skills, you would be of great help to us. And of course, if you have any collectibles, I'd be happy to take them off your hands in exchange for scripts. With locations realm-wide, it has never been easier to do business with House of Splendors. And now, we should have level 70 gear unlocked. And that we do. So now, we actually have, like you can look, about the difference of what we'll have. And the level 70 is universal. Let's see. That'll be a significant jump. So let's get this. That'll be a significant jump. It actually loses a little craftsman, but we get way more control, which is honestly better. Let's do that. Let's put on one of the rings, put on the pants, put on the hat. Now we're slowly changing to level 70 gear. See, this is the whole reason I wanted to get here, because I thought I was going to do a lot of this off screen. And I wanted to unlock the ability to get the other scripts. But now that we have that unlocked, we should be able to get the level 70 gear even in the Firmament. So let's go back. I may also grind out scripts, because you can get the random collectible stuff and grind out the scripts and get a full gear set. But I believe now that we unlocked that, we should be able to access it here too. Let's get another one of these. Correct. Yeah. See, it only matters to unlock. But then once you have it unlocked, it doesn't matter. You can get it anywhere. Now let's see difference. Hopefully, I don't think we had a ton of crafting, but we had control difference, so. And more CP added, so. Hopefully we are set here. Make it a lot easier for us. Don't bother trying to get any more. I was trying to get the most basic of scripts so we can complete this weekly. And we'll get more next week. We'll do these two again. And until we get like a full set of gear. Because again, it'll be better and better as we go. So this is what the tools, it's gonna be the same thing. Your supplies have truly been a godsend, hero. I say we have more than enough for me to begin learning the fine art of gathering in earnest. Let's go speak with Master Arvid at once. Ah, 'tis good to see you. I've been meaning to thank you for all your help with Elto's education. An education which is off to a splendid start, I must say. I believe I have developed a keen sense for the finer parts of gathering, which Master Arvid says is the basis of all crafting. But even for gathering, you must have tools. And to make those tools, you must gather materials. And to gather those materials, you must have more tools? It's tools all the way down, isn't it? Or is it materials? No matter. It's as much a fool's errand as trying to guess if the dragon came before the egg. If there's one fact to be gleaned from that conundrum, however, it is that crafting and gathering are inextricably linked. Indeed, you are correct. Without one trade, the other dies, and vice versa. It's precisely why I aim to see you proficient at both before our time together is done. To that end, I've devised something especially for those tiny claws of yours. An alto-sized pickaxe. Here, take it. What do you think? It's perfect! Look at that little belt with the pickaxe. With that and claw, you look right at home among the rest of the workers. I see now that even though you wingless ones lack claws and fangs, you have the strength to shatter stone and sunder earth. I have an inkling now of how powerful the first of you to wield a pickaxe felt. For something so small and light, it is remarkably sturdy. Even I could swing this all day without tiring. The hidden treasures of the world shall be mine! This is all I could have hoped for, and more! Thank you, Master Arvid. All I did was put the parts together. It was our friend that did all the hard work. Actually, Lily brought so many materials that I had enough to make a few more pickaxes. Perhaps you could give them to your dragon friends. Yes, Master Arvid, I shall take what I can and leave at once. Crafting Connoisseur. Alto is pleased with your efforts. She now considers you a crafting connoisseur. All that remains is to wait for the fruits of her labor. Come back, Alto. So, how was it? I'm sure the other dragons found your new tools to be quite fascinating. Well, you see, I'm afraid it wasn't quite like that. The dragonettes were delighted to see what I had brought, of course. The elder dragons, however, practically flew into rage, haranguing the younger ones and insisting that such tools are contrary to a dragon's very nature. Oh, I see. Although it was far from the enthusiastic reception I had envisioned, I still believe that the prejudice of the past will, nay, must, give way to new ways of thinking if we are to coexist peacefully with the Ishgardians. And I know for certain there are those among the other dragonettes who are of the same mind. I must continue to persevere, else my efforts so far will have been for naught. Indeed, the other dragons will come around in time, I'm sure. Even the most cantankerous of the lot. Perhaps you should take a different tack. The dragons might be much more amenable to something that was crafted by one of their own, namely you. What a marvelous suggestion, Adiliong. There is the question of what I might craft. Something eye-catching, unlike anything they've seen before. Well, seems like I'm back to work. In that case, why not try your hand at weaving? The materials are lightweight and the tools are small enough for even you to use daftily. Clothing designed for dragons would be especially novel, which I'm sure many of them would find interesting. That's a wonderful idea. Oh, I cannot wait to get started. That depends on our friend here. I'll need some help procuring the materials. If it's not too much trouble, I'll give you a list of what we need, while I take care of the rest. Great. In the meantime, I shall give thought to what exactly I might weave. Just like before. Custom weaving components. How many scripts did we get? I only have 100. Probably gonna need more than that, but let's call it there. Okay, we managed to make one. Excellent is a great pull. Already better than we were before, so let's keep going. Boom. Boom. I think yes. Now it's a bit less, so yeah, we're still gonna need one more. We got to the second version of it though. As we get at least to the first, I'm not too worried. We'll improve next time because we kind of rushed. I mean, literally, what, yesterday or the day before, I was only like Goldsmith 40, so to be 70 that quickly, I had to really focus, which left me lackluster in gear. Oh, there we go. We got 3 of them. We'll start with Zoe next time, which will in turn allow us to do it better. Even the most masterful works of crafting are a common sight to us who grew up in Ishgard. But to a dragon, I imagine even a hawker's stall is something to behold. Would that I could see the world from their eyes. Have you come to help us weave garments befitting an artisan? Master Arvid explained to me that since we dragons are covered in tough scales, we've no need to fear needles pricking us. My claws are still a bit too clumsy for delicate work, but I feel that weaving might very well be my calling. Let us inspect what you brought together, shall we? I dare say we can make use of this. I just hope Master Arvid approves. Dang. Same thing again. There you are. You have my utmost gratitude for all your deliveries so far. I feel that before long I will be able to call myself a crafter in truth. Just like you and Master Arvid. Of course, young Adelion's efforts deserve recognition as well. You have delivered the weekly maximum of 6 items to Elto. You may begin deliveries again starting at Tuesday at 3 a.m. 4 hours to spare. Let's see what we can get with the scripts we have. Whoops. Scripts. But we can get... Oh, we can even get the weapon. Or tool, I mean. It's quite an upgrade. It's still not... Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get the actual gear. Just because if I do manage to get anywhere else up, those are all universal level 70s, so... I need to make sure, yeah. You equip the rings for whatever reason. They don't equip properly. And I have full level 70 gear. For armor side, we still need the weapons and the rest of the accessories. But out of curiosity, I want to just test it. What is our thing now? Instead of 93, we're at 142 now for progress. I don't know what we're at for quality, so I can't really say that. But we definitely got an upgrade there. Well, while we're here, let's spend the rest of this doing this market one with Francel. Might as well keep it in the Firmament. Make it another Firmament video. Ah, if it isn't good Mistress Lily, Lord Francel was hoping that you might grace us with a visit. I hear that there is a matter he wishes to discuss with you. If you do not have more pressing obligations, pray lend him your ear. Hey, Francel. I'm busting my ass. Lily, it's always a pleasure to see you here in the Firmament. You'll be pleased to hear that the district is home to an ever-growing number of thoroughly satisfied residents, thanks in no small part to your tireless efforts on our behalf. In particular, I'm proud to say that we have spared no effort to realize Lady Hilda's ideal of a place where one and all can have a roof over their head and food in their belly, provided they are willing to work hard and make an honest living. Seeing as things are progressing most swimmingly on that front, I have decided to turn my eye to Lord Beriendian's most astute recommendation, encouraging the flow of goods and services, so as to build a thriving economy that will serve as the area's lifeblood. Uh, as such, Ogbert and his men have been hard at work putting the final touches on the ward I have dubbed Featherfall, which is to serve as the Firmament's center of commerce and trade. There is but one remaining issue to resolve, namely how we might distinguish our own marketplace from the jeweled brazier. After all, if we hope to attract vendors and customers alike to the Firmament, we must offer something that they cannot already find at a more established location. After giving the matter considerable thought, it struck me, what if we were to bring in merchants from the realm over to ply their trade here? That Featherfall might be the Holy See's new hub of foreign trade. It is a most inspired idea, would you not say? And if you would not disapprove, I would ask you to accompany me as our designated emissary to the three city-states. After all, who better to convince our esteemed guests to make the journey here to Ishgard than one of your influence and prestige? Okay. And if you would not disapprove, or quite honestly, even if you would, I will be accompanying you as well. Lord Charlemagne, it is far from my place to object, but whatever reason would the Count de Renandier wish to come along on our humble expedition, particularly in light of your honored house's rather, shall we say, conservative views toward the expansion of foreign trade? I'll thank you not to make assumptions about the interests of my house, Lord Francel. I have always acted in what I believe to be my homeland's best interests, and I will continue to do so. Mayhap House Durandier did not give the warmest of welcomes to outsiders at the observatorium in White Brim Front, but I assure you that we took only the necessary precautions to defend the sea from external threats at the time of war. Surely the savior of Ishgard can understand our position. At any rate, the war is over, and our nation has entered a new age. I am not inclined to sit idly by as House Durandier is left behind the times. And yet, at this most vital of junctures, my son and heir remains lost at sea, and my cousins are either too young or unworldly for the task. And so it falls to me to see to matters myself. I dare say there is some merit for you as well. After all, whatever negotiations you intend to conduct, they can only be aided by the presence of the head of Ishgard's highest of high houses. I trust you have no objections? I kinda do, but whatever. Your offer of assistance is most generous, Lord Charlemagne. I would not dream of refusing it. Charlemagne de Grenadier. I wonder how you actually say his name. Of course not. We depart at once, yes? I've heard Gridania is most lovely at this time of year. Yes, my intention was always to begin our expedition at our closest neighbor. I have it on good word that an establishment there known as the Carlion Canopy would be a suitable. The Carlion Canopy it is, then. Do take care not to lag behind, yes? Lord Carloman, wait! What just happened? No. I always do that. I always turn the wrong fucking way. So this is Gridania. The tomes fail to mention how disagreeably dank it is. So this is Gridania. Why, it is even more verdant and lush than I had imagined. A danker, gloomier city I can scarce imagine. I'm glad I do not live here. And yet, this nation is home to a great number of our own kind. Convincing an Elzen trader or two to come to Ishgard will be done in less than time it takes for an afternoon tea. Are you sure about that? I like that outfit. To start, I will enlist the services of one of the locals. Feel free to come along, Lord Francel. Mayhap you'll learn something. But wait, Lord Charlemagne! Oh dear, Lily, this is precisely what I was afraid of. I did some research before our departure. No doubt this is common knowledge to you, but I read that Gridanians are reserved types who do not warm easily to outsiders, if perhaps not to the degree of our own people. I fear the Count, for all his good intentions, might sour the local populace on our offer before we can even make it. Come, we must stop him. Guarded Gridanian. Who are you, and what business have you here? Phew, fortunately, it would seem he has yet to engage the townspeople. You there, I'm looking to speak with one of your nation's most prominent traders. Tell me where I might find such a person, and be quick about it, I'm a busy man. I'm not in the habit of entertaining outsiders. Rude, arrogant ones, least of all. Bugger off and do it yourself. What? Why, the sheer gall of that woman! Dude, you literally told her. You might as well have said, fucking tell me it, you asshole. Or peasant, or whatever the fuck you wanted. You were so insulting, sir. With all due respect, Lord Charlemagne, we are guests in this land, just as you and I were once wary of outsiders like good Lily here. So too are these people wary of us. In the world outside the Holy See, our titles or prestige of our houses will avail us no special privilege. Mayhap it would behoove us to conduct our affairs with a measure of humility, but I fear we have already aroused the suspicion of the townspeople. Let us try our luck at another location. Mayhap one of the guilds for which this place is so well known. A guild, you say? Very well. Let us stop blithering and be off. If I recall, the Leather Workers Guild is in the part of the town known as Old Gridania. Would that be correct? Yeah. If you know the way to this guild, then let us be off already, yes? The sooner we can take our leave of this place, the better, I say. They do not want to do anything with you, sir. You are a shitty conversationist in this case. Yes, this place seems rather lively. No doubt we can find someone willing to assist us here. I beg your pardon, my esteemed sir. I am a humble visitor from Ishgard, and I was wondering if I might trouble you with a question or two. Hmm? What's that now? Wait, can it be Lord Francel? Ha! It is you! Whatever brings you to the Twellswood? What? Pray forgive me. I do not believe I have had the pleasure. You wouldn't know me, but I sure know you. During the war, I plied my trade as a sellsword at Camp Dragonhead. You often came to dine at Lord Harshafon's invitation, yes? Why, that I did. Lord Harshafont was the most benevolent man. There were few things he enjoyed more than sharing a good meal in the company of his friends and his men alike. Aye, and I was one of them. I fondly remember the times I sat at his table sharing in his meat and mead. In the warmth of his hall and his company, for a moment you could forget the bitter cold outside. It's a memory that stayed with me to this day, long after I returned to Gridani and hung up my blade. Lord Harshafont was a great man, and I had hoped to return to Ishgard one day to visit him. But then the news of his tragic passing arrived. Even now I find it hard to believe he's gone. I as well, my friend. Not a day goes by that I do not think of him and the kindness he showed me in the darkest days. And though I will forever mourn his passing, I take solace in knowing that his sacrifice was not for naught. For because of those like him and Lily here, the war is at a long last over, and our nation welcomes a new age of enlightenment and restoration. So it is that we have come here to fair Gridania, in hopes of establishing trade that will benefit both our nations. Might you perhaps know of any merchants or traders who might be interested in exploring such a possibility? Do I ever? And nothing would please me more than to be able to return to the kindness that your countrymen showed me. It just so happens that I do work for Black Rabbit Traders these days. Perhaps you've heard of them? May Senta's in charge there, and she's always looking for promising new business partners. Just wait here, I'll bring her over, right over. My good man, it is as if the gods themselves was sent to you to us. The gods themselves sent you to us. If she does not mind the imposition, I would be honored to meet this lady Maysenta. Mayzienta? The fuck was that? I had known that Lord Harshamont was undiscerning in the company he kept, but to think that it would be to the benefit of our nation. I trust that you met this lady Mizienta, Lily? Do you suppose she'll be receptive to our offer? Have I met her here? I don't know if I've done enough of the crafting to have met her already here on this character. I have met her, but yeah. I know who she is, but yeah. So you're the guest from Ishgard I've heard so much about. I am Mizienta, of Black Rabbit Traders fame. I hear you have a business proposition for me. It is a pleasure and an honor both to make your acquaintance, Lady Mizienta. I am Francel de Hea, and I have the privilege of overseeing the reconstruction of our fair city, a task which includes building a thriving economy. To that end, I wish to invite the realm's preeminent trading concerns to establish outposts in our new commercial district. If it pleases you, will you not consider bringing your operations to Ishgard? I'd heard that you Ishgardians opened your borders, but quite frankly I wasn't expecting to receive such an eager and enthusiastic proposition. And it's an interesting one, I'll grant you that. Still, as much as I'd like to be of aid, I run a business here, not a charity. And so I'm forced to ask, why should I expand to Ishgard? What do you offer that other places do not? A well-founded concern, of course. Be assured that our nation offers many opportunities. For example, you'll have immediate access to the finest Ishgardian wares. Ishgardian nobles are notorious spendthrifts. You have access to the finest Ishgardian wares. Now that you mention it, I dare say that Ishgardian furs and fine cuisine could command a high price here in Gridonia. Alright, Lily here has convinced me. The Black Rabbit will come to Ishgard. Oh, thank you, Lady Mazienta. You do us a kindness that we will not soon forget. You can spare me the flowery words. I'm only looking out for my own business interests, as I trust you are as well, no? In any event, I'd best be going. We'll have to take a full inventory to determine which of our fine goods to bring north. As they say, traders do not smile on those who tear it. Oh, thank you ever so much, my friend. I could never have done this without you. Lady Mizianta's question was only to be expected, yet I found myself at a loss. Your impeccable knowledge of the realm and calmness under pressure have served us well once more. You have succeeded here despite the involvement of Houses Hale, and for Tom's, not because of it. The citizens of the Sultanate are far more discerning, but fear not, I will show you how negotiations among the upper crust are truly done. Slap. Worry not. Once they know who I am, our negotiations here are all but ensured to succeed. Yeah, sure. Our sojourn in Gridonia has been most fruitful, but it's time we take to the road again. I hear that they call Udal the jewel of the desert, and it is a bustling center of trade and commerce. I can scarce wait to see what opportunities await us there. I have it on good account that the Sultanate is an affluent and cultured nation, with a populace that places due importance on status and lineage. Unlike the rabble here, people will no doubt afford me the respect I deserve. According to my research, the market district of Uldal is centered around a location known as the Ruby Road Exchange. I propose that we make that our first destination. As you may know, the exchange has quite a long and storied history. It is also conveniently located just a stone's throw from the airship landing, where we are to touch down. Yes, let us be off already. I am like to fall asleep if I stand around here any longer listening to your brabbling. I always think the Ruby Road is the crafting district, or like the marketplace district. I always forget Ruby Road is like right here. By the Fury, but this heat is absolutely unbearable! Because you're used to snow. Why, I've never seen such a spectacular array of exotic goods and crafts. Like dancing? Do those girls dress only in their undergarments know no shame? And the uncouth lot gawping at them are no better. I was led to believe this was a cultured society. The array of wares is respectable, I'll allow, but I've no interest in dealing with threadbare peddlers. Let us find ourselves a trader with a proper pedigree. Ugh, but how in the Fury's name do people survive in this stifling heat? I shall go and secure our business partner post-haste. The sooner to take my leave of this blasted desert, you two may wait for me at an alehouse, or the like. But do not make yourselves overly comfortable, it will not take long. Oh dear, there he goes again. I'm loath to trouble you once more, Lily, but would you be so kind as to go after him without your presence? I fear that he may less than endear himself to the locals, not unlike in Gridania. Having lived my entire life in Ishgard, I am painfully aware of my own limitations when it comes to interacting with those who share a different cultural background. I fear that the Count de Drenadier has, shall we say, not yet come to this realization. I believe he ran off in the direction of Emerald Avenue, was it? I shall head to the quicksand in the meantime and see what news I might glean there. What's wrong with the dancing? I mean, shake it, ladies. Okay, never mind. You had to say something to ruin what I was talking about, man. Surely one of these fools will be able to provide useful information. You there, you know something of these parts, yes? I seek to do business with a trader possessed of a reputation worthy of my great house. You will introduce one to me at once. I'd be more than pleased to, friend, and pray tell, how much is this introduction worth to you? Worth? You would demand payment of your piddling knowledge. Heh, you don't know how things work around here, do you, old man? In Odal, information's a commodity, like any other, and a bloke only gets as much as he's willing to pay for. Clearly the knowledge I've got is worth something to you. Else you wouldn't be standing here before me. So, we return to the question, how heavy is your corn purse feeling today? Oh boy, here we go. Allow me to handle this, old girl. Well met, my friend. How do you fare this fine day? If it ain't my favorite-ish guardian, come to pickle Wymon's brain about the latest happenings here in the Sultanate? Of course, I'm happy to oblige in exchange for whispers you've heard around the Holy See. Ah, any other day I would gladly trade rumors with you. Today, however, I meant only to offer a word of warning. That man is none other than the lord of the highest of our high house. He breathes politics, political intrigue, and sups upon mechanization. And believe me when I say, you do not wish to make an enemy of him. But don't take my word for it. Just ask our friend Lily. 7 hells, and second thought, don't bother taking out your coin first. Whatever you're offering, it's more than clear. It ain't worth the trouble. And now, if you don't mind, I have more pressing matters to attend to. A wise decision, friend. If I do say so myself, and worry not. I shall return before long with rumors from the Holy See you so desire. Till next time, my friend. Emily Ann. I like it honor. I like their outfits. Emily Ann and Honor It. Or Honor War, however you say it. Fancy meeting you here, old girl. I would have expected to find you in the company of... I would have never expected to find you in the company of the illustrious Count de Durannadair. Whatever is the occasion? Hi, we're here with Lord Spencer. I might ask you the same. Does the philandering son of House Bertom intend to upstage his betters? Why, Lord Charlemagne, you wound me. Rest assured that I meant only to spare you from a potential inexpedient encounter. Purveyors of information in these parts are inevitably sharper than they let on. If they judge you to be less than knowledgeable about your surroundings, they will not hesitate to take advantage. Huh! If I needed help from a self-indulgent stripling, I'd have asked for it. But I must ask, old girl, what brings you to the jewel of the desert with the good count at your side? What manner of information, pray tell, were you hoping to glean from our friend Wymond? I'm looking for merchants. Lord Francel is looking to stimulate commerce and trade to the firmament? Well, why didn't you come to me sooner? Do you think so little of your comrade Emilienne? Allow me to explain. My dear brother suggested that I might employ my considerable skill in mingling amongst the upper crust to more, shall we say, productive ends. After all, social gatherings are a prime opportunity for overhearing choice tidbits of rumor and gossip. The point being that I have acquainted myself with no small end of prestigious merchants and traders, including many who I believe would be most amenable to the idea of expanding their operations to Ishgard. I dare say that more than a few of them have most fetching daughters as well. At any rate, you need trouble yourself no further. I will reach out to the parties in question and make the necessary arrangements. In return, I ask only that you convince Lord Francel to put in good word with the lovely Lady Lenietta on my behalf. A fair enough exchange, is it not? And I was like, come on! Worry not, Mistress Lovecraft. I will see to it that the Lord remains focused on the task at hand and does not let his emotions lead him to enter into any potentially disadvantageous agreements. We shall be in touch at a later juncture. Thanks, old boy. Till next time, old girl. I do believe there is a banquet I should be attending. I suppose even foppery can serve a purpose on rare occasions. Though needless to say, I could have handled the negotiation just as well without the fool's meddling. On the bright side, we can, at long last, take our leave of this blasted desert. Lord Francel was at some tavern called the Quicksand, yes? Let us tell him the deed is done and be on our way. Get the feeling they are for a couple or something. Because their characters are literally on top of each other. Another den of riffraff and reprobates. Still, coming to a place like this, I can't help but look around for signs of my boy. It's been 20 years since he vanished with nary a trace, ambushed by pirates on a voyage around the realm. From time to time, rumors reach my ears that he's rotting in a gully somewhere, that someone resembling him has been sighted making the rounds in Limsa. For my part, I fear the boy is long dead. After all, if he were alive, why would he not return home? Do you remember somebody that might have, you know, helped us, that might have been from the high houses? Welcome back, Lily. And Lord Charlemagne, may I ask if your negotiations bore fruit? Yeah, Emmanuelian helped. Came to your aid, you say? Splendid! His knack for befriending influential personages never ceases to amaze me. It would seem he's found his calling. He asked if you could put in a good word with Lady Anna. I'll tell you what he said. Yeah, but, well, you can leave it be. I see. I was about to comment on how impressed I was that he was putting his natural proclivities to use for such a worthwhile cause, but I see his motivations are the same as ever. That said, his consistency is admirable. Yeah. I told you, but yeah, make sure you don't tell her. She don't need to know any of this. At any rate, it is clear that he has done us great service today, and with the ever-diligent young Honorat at his side, to keep him honest, I dare say we have little to worry about. Yep, Solimsa's next. I must thank you too for your efforts, Lord Charlemagne. If you had not thought to flag down that information monger, we might still be searching aimlessly in the streets. I most humbly ask that you lend your prestigious skills to us at our next destination as well. Do you not agree, Lily? Oh boy. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we need your help. Please. Drunkards and ruffians, a lot of them. Rumors be damned, how anyone could even imply that my son might be found among them is beyond me. I still remember the sparkle in his eye the day he told me he meant to leave the sea on a journey around the... I would thank you to leave me alone with my thoughts for a while. Parley with pirates. Are you ready to take to the road again, Lily? Our final destination awaits us, Limsa Lominsa. If we must, though if you truly expect to find a reliable trading partner in that den of pirates and ruffians, you are even more of a fool than I thought. Believe me, Lord Charlemagne, when I say that I bear no love for barbarous outlaws. That said, by all accounts, things have changed much in the years since the Admiral rose to power. I have spoken of my son's disappearance to you in the past, have I not? By chance you have forgotten. It was those accursed pirates who took him from me, and for that I will never forgive them. It was 20 long years ago. He was a boy of great promise, possessed of a curious mind and a burning desire to see the world. Then a murderous band of sea reavers raided his vessel, and just like that he was gone. To this day, the rumors reach my ears that he rots in a gully deep beneath the city, or that someone resembling him has been seen wandering the streets. As his father, I want to believe he still lives somewhere. There is only so long a man can... What I mean to say is, I would not trust a pirate half as far as I could throw him. They are the scourge of our realm, my house, and I will have nothing to do with them. You have my most heartfelt sympathies for the loss of your son, Lord Charlemagne. By no means do I wish to open old wounds and stir up painful memories. Pray return to Ishgard ahead of us. Lily and I shall handle matters from here. No, I will accompany you. Regardless of what happened, and I, precisely because of it, I will not shirk my duty as Lord of House Durandir. I will march into that wretched hive of murder and villainy, and seize from it a new age of prosperity for my house, as due retribution for all they have taken from me. If it is what you wish, my lord, let us be on our way. My preliminary research has led me to conclude that the area known as Bulwark Hall, a stone's throw from the airship landing, would make for a suitable place to commence our efforts. We should probably go to the Drowning Wench. All these people! Actually, Bulwark Hall would be here. Yes, it is. So this is Limsa. Why, it is even livelier than I imagined. You should go near the crystal. You'll see all the actual players. I mean, the actual citizens. Fury take me. How can all these people abide that God's awful stench of salt and brine in the air? Let us conclude our business swiftly and take our leave of this place. Lord Francel, I trust that your research has enlightened you as to where we might find a suitable trading partner. Indeed it has, Lord Charlemagne. I have read that all goods incoming and outgoing must pass inspection at a place called Milvan's Gate. No doubt that would be a productive place to begin our inquiry. I see. Very well then. Let us be off to this Melian Gate, or whatever the place was called. Perhaps it is, but wishful thinking on my part. But would you not say Lord Charlemagne has softened some since we arrived here in Limsa? Why, he even waited for me to complete a full utterance before dashing off. Could it be that we have earned his trust? Gasp! Did we earn his trust? Do I want to earn his trust? Somebody's dancing, somebody's giggling, somebody's crafting. Always something going on near the lumps of crystal. Somebody of Dragon's Deep. I don't even know what title that is. Might be something I've never seen. Yes, what business have ye at the gate? But this is where they conduct inspections on all goods imported to Limsa. Most fascinating. I simply must take notes for future reference. You are employed here, yes? My companions and I hail from Ishgard, and we have come to Limsa to discuss matters of trade. Then you've most definitely come to the right place. Any inquiries you may have regarding duties, tariffs, prohibited goods, and what have you, I or one of my fellow assessors would be more than happy to enlighten. I see. To be precise, we seek to introduce wares from your nation to our homeland, where we believe such items would be in demand. Might you be able to recommend to us a trader dealing in such wares? Aye, but of course. Why didn't you say so sooner, my good man? In that case, you'll be wanting to talk to one of the three great pirate powers here in town. Pirates? Aye, of course. Since the signing of the Galadion Accord, they're more of a officially sanctioned agency, raiding the Garleans at the Admiral's behest, taking part in the honest trade and the like. At least, Not much can be said of the sanguine sirens and the krakens. The bloody executioners are a whole nother matter. So I'd recommend you limit any dealing and negotiations you feel like partaking in to the former two. I reckon the sanguine sirens would be as good a start as any. They're known to be a bit more welcoming to outsiders like yourselves. You'll find them over in the tavern known as the Missing Member. If you're up for a parlay, yes, I do believe I've heard enough. Thank you for your time and good day. I can scarce believe it has come to this, but I suppose we have no recourse. Well, Lord Francel, I trust you know the way to this missing member. I know. I guess he does too, because he just left. It's near the castle. Aft Castle. This is where the events were before, by the way. The events are gone now, so it's just empty. This is my first time visiting an actual den of pirates. I must confess, I am rather excited and intimidated by it all. Everyone is here, yes? Then let us be on our way. By the Fury, why is it... It's a veritable haven of pirate wenches. But I will not back down from this challenge. Watch closely, Lord Frencel, and let me show you how a deal is made. Greetings and welcome to the Missing Member. Do you have a reservation, sir? I do not. I have come from Ishgard to discuss matters of trade with the captain of the esteemed sanguine sirens, and I was told I might find her here. You were you? Why, yes, I suppose you might. Make yourself comfortable, and I'll go let the captain know that she's got a new visitor. As ye want, Drylanders. State your business quick, and ye best hope it's worth my while. Else me sirens'll see ye gutted and sleeping with the fishes before ye knew what cuffed ye. Pray stay your hand, my lady. I meant only to consult with you on a potential business proposition that might prove mutually beneficial. I hail from the nation of Ishgard, and I do believe that your fine wares would be most highly sought after in our nation. Ishgard, you must be daft to think any pirate in our right mind would have even half a mind to set foot in some bleeding snow-swept wasteland at the edge of the world. You must have me confused with that puffy-shirted captain of the Krakens, or someone else who's got more swagger than sense. Now get out of my sight before I cut out your blabbering tongue and toss it into the tonight's stew. 1,000 pardons, my lady. I shall take my leave anon and seek out these krakens of whom you speak. To thank you for your kindness and wish you and your sirens all the... I said get out of my... Wait a bleeding minute. What does that self-righteous face of yours seem so bloody familiar? Bah! Never mind. A bigger fish to gut. Now be gone from here, or you'll be joining them. If I were you, I'd be taking her advice to heart. You'll find the krakens at the Seventh Sage, just past here and beyond the Drowning Wench. I do hope your parley there proves more fruitful. I forget what, like, quest she's involved in, or if they're just side quests that she's involved in. Fuck, she could have even been involved in the Realm Reborn. At this point, it's been so long. But I actually don't mind Sanguine Sirens. I don't think I've had much interaction with them in quests, but I do think I've had like side quests. Plain and simple, on my old, like my main character, my oldest one, I've done like all these low level quests. I've done them. So like if there's a quest that involved an NPC, I have seen it. If it's like regular ones like this. If it was a dungeon or extreme or something, I probably haven't done it, but considering his son's tragic experience at sea, one can only imagine the complex emotions the Count must be feeling. Let us tread lightly, my friend. Welcome to the Seventh Sage. Would you care to peruse our diverse array of exotic herbs and spices? Pardon me, my good lady. I am Charlemagne of House Durendir, and I have traveled to your fair nation from Ishgard. Might you or any of your colleagues perchance be interested in selling your fine spices in my homeland? I can assure you, many of my countrymen would be willing to pay a handsome price for them. Durendir, did you say? My sincere apologies, good sir, but in accordance with the company policy, we are not entering into partnerships with parties from the Holy See at this time. No parties from the Holy See? What insular, closed-minded nonsense... What I mean to say is we are prepared to make the arrangement most appetizing to you. As appetizing as salted harbor heron, one might say. To wit, our astrologers have devised a method to accurately gauge one's present location, and bearing regardless of the season, a technique which I do believe would be most beneficial to esteemed privateers such as yourselves. I think the old man would be willing to reveal a treasured house secret to outsiders. Dastardly, despicable pirates, no less. Perhaps there's hope for Ishgard yet. Pray excuse me for a moment. Captain? Why yes, worry not. I was just about to bid our guests farewell. As per your explicit orders not to... Oh, what's that? Are you certain? I see. I'll convey the message then. Forgive me for my hasty decision. The captain says he will entertain your proposition, but on one condition. He will only speak to the adventurer here. I see. In that case, I have little choice. Lily, was it? I've done little to deserve your charity, but I would ask you this one favor. Might I entrust the negotiation to you? Okay. Very well then. If you would come this way. Captain Carvelion of the Krakens awaits you atop the stairs. One more thing. You are by no means to speak his name, nor describe his face to anyone from Ishgard, or he will personally have you keel-hauled. No hard feelings, of course. Associate has apprised me of the situation. So this delegation from the sea wishes to establish trade relations with us, do they? The Ishgardians, consumed only with their petty war, living out their days in that gloomy, frigid land, devoid of passion or imagination, Just thinking back to my dreary days in that miserable place is enough to make me ill. But with the war's end, it would appear that a new wind blows in my homeland. While I am not so naive to assume that they have left their past entirely behind, I will trust that the sea's desire to change, as well as that of the man who has come to me on their behalf, is sincere. Anything to keep that most fearsome Lalafelling acquaintance of yours from making things difficult for me. You mean Tataru? Gerald, the document? This here is an agreement consenting to the formal com- commencement of trade between the Krakens and House Durendir of Ishgard. It is in Gerald's name, and marked with our official seal to authorize the transaction. I would appreciate if you could deliver this to Count de Durendir on my behalf. Are you quite sure about this, Captain? Let us be thankful for that adventurer showing up when she did. If that man had forced his way to my office, I shudder to think what might have ensued. 'Tis strange, though. For long years, the mere sight of the man's face filled me with loathing. But seeing it again now, I feel only this odd sense of nostalgia. And yet, I dare not entertain the thought of doing anything more. It would only serve to undo all I have accomplished. No, I have no mind to give up my freedom for whatever I might gain in its place. Yes, this will do. So it really is the sun that was lost at sea. Dare I ask how you fared in there, Lily? Well, do you have anything to show for your efforts? Contract. Here you go. Why, this is more than I dared to hope we would achieve. However, did you manage this? Your, your passionate plea won him over. He chose to believe in Ishgard's future. I made him an offer he couldn't refuse. He chose to believe in Ishgard's future. He did. If I were to know, this man clearly has done his research on our great nation, and I commend him for his wisdom and science. At any rate, I have finally accomplished that which I sought to here in Eorzea. I can finally return to Ishgard in triumph, as befitting the lord of the the highest of houses. I am in your debt, Lord Charlemagne, and you, Lily, with this, the day that the finest goods with the realm over are traded freely in the markets of Featherfall is all but upon us. To think that a pirate captain of all people would be the first person in these lands to see the merits of doing business with the illustrious House Durendir. May Featherfall flourish. Lily, Lord Charlemagne, I must thank you once more for accompanying me on this journey. Owing to your tireless efforts, our mission has succeeded beyond my loftiest expectations. And you expected any less of me? At any rate, I do believe it is past time that we returned home. There are preparations that must be seen to, yes? But of course, speaking of which, I have been given considerable thought as to how we might best organize our new commercial district. To that end, I would be most grateful if the two of you would visit the location and share your thoughts upon our return. My time is valuable, as you might imagine, but I suppose I can spare a moment or two to lend my expertise. It is most appreciated, my lord. In that case, let us each attend to any unresolved matters we may have here, then reconvene back in the firmament at our earliest opportunity. Travel in safety, my friends. Back to the firmament. What's up? Ah, Lily. We've been waiting for you. Tis but a short walk from here to the Featherfall Commercial District. Allow me to show you the way. I must give credit where credit is due, Lord Fretzel. This place is almost beginning to look halfway habitable. Fretzel, we were wondering if you'd ever come home. My brothers, and you too, sister. How wonderful it is to see you all again. Oh, but you simply must hear the news. Arnvale and Burkiranu apprised us just now. Why, if even half of what we have heard is true, it would appear your excursion abroad has proved most fruitful. We know him to be the machinist dude. Obviously, Lenonette is the girl that he's after, that Emily Ann is after. RVL, I don't remember offhand who he is. And this off the back of the Diadem's designation as the official gathering grounds for the Restoration, without you to extol its potential to our leaders. I doubt we would have received the necessary approval and funding. You do Ishgard a great service, Frenzel. As your sister, I could not be more proud. My dearest siblings, you flatter me overmuch. Why, I could not have hoped to accomplish even a fraction of this without the expertise and influence of my esteemed companions. Of that I have no doubt. Mistress Lovecraft, as you so selflessly served Ishgard during the war, you continue to go above and beyond in this era of peace. I have not the words to express my gratitude. And my most honorable Lord Charlemagne, pray accept my humble gratitude for accompanying my impulsive little brother in his travels, and for opening his horizons from your vast experience and worldly wisdom. Yes, I can only hope the boy gains something from my presence. But Francel, we're not here simply to shower you with praise. No, we were hoping that we might lend our aid to your efforts in a more tangible fashion. Indeed, after all, it would not do for the goods to flow only in one direction, while the coin flows in the other, no? Allow me to be more direct. The Sky Steel Factory has recently opened a new branch in Featherfall, yes? I've a mind to spend some time there myself, overseeing repairs and maintenance orders, putting wares on display for potential sale to buyers from the realm over, and so on and so forth. Meanwhile, Arviel and I have discussed the matter at length. We suspect that traders from far-off lands might show quite an interest in the abundant natural resources harvested from the Diadem and the Sea of Clouds. Oh, he's the Diadem person, that's who it is. I have no words. Your assistance in the reconstruction effort would mean the world to me. The sons and daughters of House Hale. Mayhap I misjudged them. Mocked and branded as heretics by the highborn and the common folk alike, forced to suffer the loss of kin, friends, and loyal followers alike over the years of the bloody war. Still, they forge ahead to build a brighter future for our nation. For so long I thought them too earnest and agreeable for their own good. Perhaps that artless hope and enthusiasm is precisely what Ishgard needs in this new age. Would that my own son could be here as well, that he too could be among those leading the effort to transform our society for the generations to come. Strange, is it not? Somehow I am more certain than ever that he is alive somewhere in this world, and doing great things in his own right. Mayhap one day he will return, and mayhap not. Either way, the decision is his and his alone to make. For so long I clung to the past, fearing that there was no place for me in this new age of openness, enlightenment, and change. But the truth is clear to me now. This is a new world we live in, and we must all adapt or be left behind. It will not be easy, but it will be worth it, and the passionate, capable young men and women around me will show me the way. See, you're not too much of an old fuddy-duddy in this place. We like you, man. My sincerest apologies. Lily, Lord Chalaman. It seems my siblings and I got somewhat carried away in conversation. If you are ready, it would be my pleasure to escort you to the Featherfall. Ooh. So this is Featherfall, I must say. It has a certain charm about it. Lily, Lord Chalamend, over here. I did not imagine that your preparations were proceeding so briskly, Lord Francel. One might wonder if they are not proceeding too hastily. Yet, at the same time, one cannot help but be impressed. You are too kind, my lord. I am pleased to say that Featherfall markets are nigh ready to open. Truly, we could not have accomplished this without you. Nor you, Lily, nor my dear siblings, my associates, and all in Ishgard, and the three nations who have expanded effort on our behalf. Without all of you, my loftiest dreams to rebuild the firmament would have gone for naught. Thank you, my friends. I will not forget your kindness and generosity for the rest of my days. Nay, 'tis I who owes you thanks, Lord Francel. Traveling with you has done much to open my eyes, and I am not too prideful to admit it. If I hope to lead House Durandir into a new age of prosperity, there's much I must yet learn about the world outside Ishgard, a world in which I have been blind for far too long. In return for helping me to learn this lesson, allow me to offer you some parting advice. You have accomplished much here already, but do not rest on your laurels, for the greatest challenges are yet to come. Thank you, my lord. Pray rest assured that I have no intention of shirking my duties. As more and more people flock to the firmament to hawk their wares and ply their trades, my ability to manage affairs here will be tested like never before. They will indeed, and yet I suspect you are up to the task. Still, should you ever find yourself over your head, do not hesitate to call upon House Durandir. And with that, I should be off. Lily, might you have a moment to spare afterwards? There is a matter on which I would seek your counsel. I too should be getting back to the many tasks at hand. Till we meet again, my friends. See you later, Francel. I actually would not have minded if the lad remained with us a while longer, but ah well. In any event, the matter I would discuss with you concerns the broom. If you are not otherwise occupied, I should very much like to hear your thoughts. Not by bread alone. Okay, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure there's another one at some point. Okay. The broom lifts. I thank you for entertaining my request. There is another who I believe would be keen to hear what you have to say. He shall be arriving anon. Okay. Lamont! Lily! The Count mentioned there was someone he wished to introduce me to. But I did not expect it to be you. Tell me, how have you fared since last we met? Well, there's been a lot of shit that went on since we met. Mayhap I should have surmised that the two of you were already acquainted. Lily accompanied Lord Francel and I on our trade delegation to the Three Nations, which I dare say would not have been nearly as successful as it was without her insight. Since returning home, I have been pondering many a matter. Long has House Durandare stood at the fore and done its sworn duty to protect our countrymen from heretics in the Horde. But Ishgard now enters a new era. A new era in these changing times. How must House Durandare adapt to best serve our fair nation? This is the question that most occupies my thoughts of late. As our nation turns aside to the outside world, I would once more look within. House Durandare shall see that our nation thrives as never before, and every Ishgardian is able to reap the benefits of peace and prosperity. I am not sure what to say, my lord. Clearly your journey has had quite an effect on you. Needless to say, I wholeheartedly agree with your noble aim, and promise to offer whatever aid is in my power to offer. My knights, as well, are searching for ways in which they might serve the people now that their blades are no longer needed. Should you lack for manpower, you need but say the word. Very good. I'd first ask them with carrying out some long overdue restorations in the broom, which unfortunately remains in a most sorry state. But it will not suffice to physically rebuild the city, no. For our citizens to truly prosper, we will need a steady flow of goods and services. A healthy economy is the lifeblood of any nation, after all. To that end, I also intend to put House Durandare's fleet of airships to use in shuttling materials to and from far-off lands. We have long employed airships to transport our knights to the battlefield. Needless to say, they make crossing the towering peaks of Perthis far less treacherous than they would otherwise be. In any event, we will have need of pilots and machinists, and in far greater numbers than we have now. There are many here who would benefit from learning a trade by which they might earn their keep. We will recruit these individuals and train them to the best of our ability. For this, I would enlist the services of a knowledgeable and patient instructor. Maybe there is someone you could recommend, Lord Delamont. Why, yes. I do believe I know just the man. He knows our airships inside and out, and has a most admirable passion for sharing his craft with others. His name is Festival, and do not let his youth fool you. He is as knowledgeable and reliable as many men twice his age. That said, there is a rub. I have seen neither hide nor hair of him since the war ended. He suffered a wound in his last battle, and I have heard rumors that he has since fallen on hard times. Many such men eke out a living in the broom these days. It is a most unfortunate situation, and one that does not reflect well on our house, or our nation. We must do right by these brave souls, and we must do it now. And so I turn to you, Lily. Might I task you with seeking out this festival and relaying my offer? I have already drawn up a contract that you might deliver it to the man. I would approach the man directly, but our recent foray to the Three Nations has convinced me that when it comes to negotiating with the common folk, you are far more capable than I. Besides, if I am to bring my plans to fruition, there is another whose aid I must petition, and with all haste. Will you do me this favor and speak with Sevestavold in my stead? Okay, sure. I like how much you've changed, sir. Then I, too, shall return to White Brim Front and recruit as many knights as I can for the cause. That would be the most appreciated, Lord Villamont. With that, I will take my leave. May your meeting with Sevestavold be a fruitful one. See, I wasn't kidding when I said there's a lot of stuff we can do sidewise. This is all Ishgard stuff, obviously. So. Oh, I was like, what did I just hear? But it's somebody crafting. Somebody's cutting wood. Hey, Sevestavold. Yes, I'm Sevestavold. Who's asked? By the Fury, are mine eyes to be believed? Hey, I have a contract. Durandare. Legit. What's this? Count Charlemagne de Durandare would personally entreat your services as an instructor and mentor to aspiring airship pilots throughout the... Look, you may be the slayer of gods, but if this is your idea of a jest, it is true, you say? Then of course I accept. I would be a fool not to. But why the lord of the highest of houses and a hero such as yourself would turn to a broken-bodied nobody, rotting his days away in the broom is beyond my comprehension. Yes, I saw you on many an occasion when I still served at Bright Brim Front. Seeing you bravely stand in the face of distrust and outright hostility to fight for a land not even your own was and remains an inspiration to me. At any rate, the letter goes on to state that should I accept the offer, I am to report to the site of the planned training facility, which according to this is to be constructed here in the Broom at once. I do believe I am inclined to do just that. Might I be so bold as to ask you to accompany me? It has been a while since I consorted with nobles, and I fear I might do something to embarrass myself. I think you'd be fine, but sure. According to the letter, the site in question is just beyond here. Shall we? You must be Sevesteveld. On behalf of House Durandere, I thank you for entertaining my offer. Allow me to get right to the matter at hand. As you may know, Lord Francel's efforts to bolster trade with some of the most prestigious merchants from the Three Nations have borne considerable fruit. As such, we have need for capable airship pilots to shuttle supplies to and fro. Lord Jellamont has spoken highly of your expertise. I would have you train the next generation of pilots who will steer Ishgard to a brighter future. It is my hope that this will also serve to provide an honest and profitable trade for a number of unfortunate souls who call this place home. My lord, I do not know what to say. You show great mercy to this battered, broken man, and give him a chance to rebuild his life in a way he never imagined. I am honored and blessed to accept your offer. For as long as I draw breath, I will serve your cause with every ounce of my strength and passion that I am able to muster. There is also the matter of securing the funds necessary to operate the new facility, as well as maintain our fleet. Lord Edmund, I trust I can count on the support of House Tom in this matter. That is no longer my decision to make, but I will consult a Torel, and I see no reason why he would not be receptive to your cause. When you arrived at Tom Manor and said you would speak with me in private, I must admit I had my doubts as to what you had in mind. He's been doing okay, but I cannot very well turn a blind eye to the unprivileged men and women of our society, can I? And when the savior of Ishgard stands before me, ready to fight for them. That is why you brought Mr. Slevcrest here, is it not? You may think yourself subtle, Lord Charlemagne, but I am wise to your ways. After all, this is not the first time you have brought me around to your cause, though this time, at least, I can say it is a noble one. For years, House Durandere and Fortam have struggled for supremacy, and we are not so different, you and I. It is such a terrible thing that we take advantage of each other from time to time. Is it such a terrible thing that we take advantage of each other from time to time? I think not. Besides, I cannot very well let you live a life of leisurely retirement while I remain on the front lines, fighting for men and women who have been forgotten for far too long. As members of Ishgard's most privileged class, it is our calling to lead our nation into a new era of prosperity and enlightenment, and I, for one, have no intention of shirking this duty. You brought me here just to convince him. Already training, I see. Thanks to your efforts, House Durandere and Fortam have awakened to the plight of Ishgard's poor and suffering, and the restoration of the broom has begun in earnest. Well met, friend. I'm pleased to say that we've seen no end of aspiring machinists looking to apprentice here. Say, you wouldn't happen to be interested in yourself, would you? Sorry, I have way too much other shit to do. Let me in. I guess I need to do that one too. There's a quest here that I'm trying to unlock. And I thought it would unlock after that, but apparently it did not. Let's see. It will after this. Mistress Lily, we are forever in your debt. Has Lord Francel shown you about the Rising Quarter yet, pray tell? Not by bread alone. Ah, Lily, it is always a pleasure to see you in the Firmament. I'm certain you'll agree that the place is feeling livelier and more cultured than ever, is it not? Truly, we could have never hoped to accomplish this without the help of our preeminent sky builder. Truly, I have not the words to express the depths of my gratitude. Recently, I have had occasion to take the briefest of respites from my daily duties and reflect upon the reconstruction effort as a whole, and in doing so, my mind oft returns to Emily's words that day. An ever-growing number of Ishgardians now make their residence in the Firmament, and its markets bustle with customers and exotic wares from across the realm. What more could be needed? The answer was clear. A place where those who live and ply their trade here can leave behind their worries and cares, and indulge in the finer pleasures of life. Yes, the newly completed Rising Song Quarter shall be precisely that, and I would like nothing more than for you to be the first to walk its streets with me, if, of course, you have no more pressing commitments at the moment. Splendid! Then let us make for Sir Vaindure's grace. I think that you, too, will be keen to lay your eyes on a location which I believe to be the pride of the Firmament. I'm trying to see shit. Go away. I really wish you could be like, I mean, maybe you can get rid of the Fate's fucking dialogue that crosses the screen. Like, bro, trying to do other stuff. I don't give two fucks about this event at the moment. I do hope our presence won't be a bother. Ah, forgive me. The building before us I have dubbed Sir Vendre's Grace. It is a place where the ailing and injured might see their wounds or maladies tended to. Some of our patients require only the briefest of treatment before they are back on their feet again, while those with more serious conditions might stay in these halls for months. Or even those here suffering from troubling sicknesses not visible to the eye. But our healers do their best to provide succor just the same. The construction of the facility was first proposed by the House of Commons, but the plan was met with immediate and overwhelming approval in the House of Lords as well. How heartening it is to see our nation come together for a worthy cause. Needless to say, be they commoner or noble, in these halls all patients receive the attention and care they deserve, nor do we turn away any who seek employment here. regardless of their background or station. Beg pardon, my lord, my lady, if I might trouble you for a moment? I am but a humble artist, working to capture the reconstruction of the firmament on canvas for posterity. I saw the two of you here, and simply could not walk by without expressing my gratitude. Ah, but yes, I do believe I have had the pleasure of looking upon your painting. You have our thanks as well for your most exquisite. Wait, why does your face look so familiar? You are of House Chevradan, are you not? You are gracious indeed, my lord, to remember one of such humble blood. It is true. I once had the honor of paying my respects to you when introduced by Sir Adolfo at a banquet. And you, of course, Lily. There is no greater honor than to see you before me. It was always my dream to become an artist, to capture the world around me in all its beauty, all its sadness on my easel, that future generations may never forget the time we lived in. And yet, in times of war, there was of course no time for such lofty pursuits. And so I donned my armor and took up my blade, resigned to the thought that I would one day fall in the unending battle against the Horde. Oh, how my heart sung the day you felled dread Nidhogg, ushering in a new dawn for our great nation. Long last I am able to lay down the weapons of war and take up my brush as I had dreamed of for all those years. Truly, it would not be an understatement to say that your heroism inspires every stroke that I paint. Forgive me. Moreover, I am proud to say that my work has been put on display right here in the halls of the Grace. Not to be overly presumptuous, but I feel there is a role for fine art to play in bringing succor to the hearts of the suffering. To that end, I have also made an effort to teach my craft to all those who would learn. Ah, there you are. I was hoping to inquire about the price of your latest masterpiece. Oh, pray forgive me. Clearly you have more important matters to deal with. I meant not to intrude. No apology needed, my good man. On the contrary, I have imposed upon my illustrious friends for far too long already. And with that, I shall take my leave. Thank you for giving this humble artist the opportunity to express his appreciation in person. Whenever you see one of my works, know that they would never have been possible were it not for you. Be proud, Lily. Truly, you have made your mark on our nation and its people in more ways than one. Now, shall we make for the next stop on our little tour? To snow-soaked springs we go. We'll end after this, even if it unlocks the next one that I want to do, or even another one that I have to do beforehand. Ugh. I welcome you to Snow-Soaked Springs, Lily. The waters here are natural thermal springs, extracted from subterranean veins beneath Kurthis. We see to it that an ideal temperature for bathing is preserved by the means of the finest fire crystals procured directly from the Dravinian highlands. Needless to say, the springs are open to one, and Chief, miss, don't leave us here alone, I beg of you. Quit your whining already. You know that we can't very well stay here forever. Well, if it isn't Lord Francel and his star sky builder, perhaps you could talk some sense into this fella. As you well know, we're itinerant artisans, plying our trade all across the realm. When we finish one task, we must move on to the next. We'd a mind to celebrate a job well done here before heading to Limsa for our next assignment, but I simply can't bear to see the chief here go. Why, without them, who will set me right with when my hammering technique falters? Who will scold me when I am tempted to slack off on my duties? As you can see, this fellow simply refuses to let us go. Would you be so kind as to have a word with him on our behalf? All good things must come to an end. You have a job to do. This need not be goodbye. All good things must come to the end. You have a job to do. Do you want me to scold you? I know this, and yet I simply owe so much to the chief for all she has taught me. I fear that I will not be able to live up to her expectations in her absence. And yet I suppose you are right. I must soldier on somehow. It's just as the savior of Ishgard here says. So stand up straight and quit your whining for once. That goes for the whole lot of you. You all had, and'll continue to have, a hand in one of the most impressive rebuilding efforts this realm has ever seen. So take some damn pride in your work. That the Firmament might soar to even greater heights. Aye, Chief. Well, that was a rather unexpected distraction. Still, all's well that ends well, I suppose. And with that, I do believe we should be on our way. Pray accompany me to the main plaza of Rising Song Quarter, would you? Those were the two that we talked to before. And told them about tools from Jeweled Coursier or whatever. They obviously weren't in swimsuits though. They're still just named something artisan though. Animated for the one and apprehensive I think was the other. As you can see, this is the district's main thoroughfare, connecting the pillars above with the broom below. I often walk the streets here to speak to the passerbys and see if there is aught with which I might assist them. And with that, I do believe you've seen most everything the quarter has to offer. What say you, my friend? Did it live up to your expectations? Yeah. Hey, bro. How's your back? If it isn't the savior of Ishgard, and Lord Francel as well. For now, said I might find the two of you here, and thank the heavens that I have. Conan, 'tis good to see you up and about again. I trust your wounds have healed? Indeed they have, thanks to Marcel and his most marvelous unguent. I can scarcely feel a thing. And to think that, were it not for the both of you, I never would have even given the poor man a chance. I simply had to express my gratitude in person, and yet my words seem so woefully inadequate when measured against the profundity of your deeds. Though, truth be told, there is one more matter regarding which I would seek your counsel. Might you allow me to impose upon you for just a bit longer? What's up? Sometimes it seems as if you are in greater demand in the firmament than I, Lily. Small wonder, given all that you've done for the people here. And on that note, there are many administrative duties that await my attention, and I had best be returning to them sooner rather than later. Till next time, my friends. Okay, so we got another one here to do. But, also, it just dawned on me, I got those 2 minions and I never looked at them. Not mount. Minion. Well, obviously, we already know what a marble thing looks like. But, that's the seedling. This is one of them we got. You're the chef thing. People. This is the. Oops. Fuck. Did we just got like a fucking toy wheelbarrow for this? What the fuck? Okay. That's interesting enough. But anyway, I'm gonna say like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. We'll likely continue the Firmament, but we'll see. Yeah, see you in the next one.